Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Built in the Bluegrass, where we tell cool stories about cool things made in our own Kentucky backyard. We're continuing with our spotlights for the coolest thing made in Kentucky tournament, hosted by Cam and presented by Kentucky Farm Bureau. We are here with another cool company that makes a cool product right here in Kentucky. I believe they are out of Newport, Kentucky. Up and coming city, definitely. Did a visit there not too long ago, right on the river there with a bunch of cool restaurants and things around. It was a really fun time. We are here with Kevin Haas, the president of National Band and Tag Company. Kevin, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Tom. Pleasure to be with you guys.
Thank you. Uh, well, Kevin, let's get into a little bit about your company. What do you guys kind of do every day?
Sure. We're a traditional metal stamping firm, and we make identification products for dozens of different industries around the world. We export to over 200 countries around the world. And we've kind of specialized since we've been around since 1902, and it's a family owned and operated business. We've kind of specialized in and diversified in a lot of different uh, areas where we've applied newer technologies to traditional metal stamping. And started about 30 years ago, we got into providing barcodes onto different types of the tags that we do to give customers an electronic interface to collect data using from a traditional stamp tag to something that has like a barcode on it. And this is an example, some blue tags for the poultry industry, and these actually have a barcode on them that go on day-old chickens.
Yeah, I didn't know about your company, but I've definitely seen these tags on, certain animals and things in the industry. If you, I'm sure if you've probably grown up in Kentucky, you've on a piece of farmland or something, or you visited, I'm sure somebody has seen your tags around.
Yep, like cattle ear tags.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The metal ones, the plastic ones.
Yeah, I had no idea. Like I said, I looked on your website and I was like, oh, okay, I know who these guys are, even if I didn't know who you were. But I'm sure most people have seen everything that you all offer. So let's get into kind of the product that was nominated. It looks uh, like there's a little bit of innovation on there. What was it called? The Paw Finder. How did you all come up with that?
Yeah, fun story. We the one product that everybody's probably aware of is a rabies vaccination tag for dogs.
No.
It goes on your collar of your dog. So we took we the challenge was how can we put a barcode on an aluminum tag that's durable enough to last on a dog's collar. And the reason we wanted to put a barcode on there was to allow um, the user to put the tag on the collar and allow the user to, if the dog gets lost, that they could easily get their dog back using a QR code. And now that everybody has a smartphone, you could
Hmm.
scan that code and it literally just calls the owner. If you find the dog, you can just literally scan the tag, boom, and then you can get your dog back right away. And because it's going on the back of a rabies vaccination tag, it's the only tag you need. You don't need to go out and buy another tag. So, and the great thing is we were able to figure out how to do this for less than a cup of coffee. And yeah, it's a really big benefit. It's an easy system for the veterinarian. It's an easy system for the owner of the pet. It's an easy system for the person who finds the pet, and it's easy for the pet too. So it's very affordable. It's very easy to do, and we make it and it's used exclusively through the veterinarians all across the country. And so they can either sign you up when you actually get the tags. You can go ahead and just register the tag right there and then, or you can do it when you get home after you go get your rabies vaccination tag. You can sign up after you get home. But either way, you just you get into it and it's activated. You put it on the collar and you're ready to go.
Nice. So is this almost a alternative to, I guess, the microchip that? Uh,
Microchip is the backup. That's the fail safe. You know, if the
yeah.
dog goes out without the collar on, or the collar comes off, it gets snagged on something. The backup is the microchip. You still have to register that and pay for that, but that's a lot of money.
Hmm.
Uh, if you're, really good about keeping your rabies vaccination tags on your dogs, this is just a no-brainer. It makes a lot of sense because everybody has access to pretty much one of these everywhere in the world now, and it's an easy use of technology to make something complicated pretty simple.
Yeah, for sure. I have several animals, and they so if they get out, the traditional thing is the microchip, like you said, is the backup, but QR code is I think still pretty underutilized in a lot of areas in the world. So that's really cool that you guys have set something up like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of exploration. That's my job, is doing R&D and integrating current technology into product lines that we have, because we have so many different product lines. But we worked on this for a while, and we literally came up with this out of, it wasn't dumb luck. It was just my brother and I were experimenting with a couple things, and we came up with this solution, and we actually wound up getting a patent on it because it was so novel. And so it was, we're very proud of it, and it's as durable as the actual tag. This it looks like just a little label on the tag, but it's not. It's actually embedded down into the aluminum, and it's very, very, very durable.
Yeah, so it's not a sticker that you just put
It's not
onto
a
the
sticker. That's right.
right. It kind of looked like a sticker, but I'm glad you pointed that out, that it is not and it won't come off. So go a little bit into, I know you said you guys started at, 1902. What was kind of the first product that you all developed way back when?
Right. So the founder of our company, my great great grandfather, he was working over at a carriage company in Cincinnati making horse-drawn carriages back in the 1800s, and he lived in Newport here, and everybody in Newport had a backyard flock of chickens. And so he would come home from work every day, and their neighbors would get in arguments about whose chicken was whose chicken. And so he brought home some scrap pieces of metal and took some shears and fashioned some leg bands, and then he put them on the legs of his chickens. And then so the next day, people were able to see that, oh, those are his chickens. He says, well, can you make some leg bands for my chickens? And
Mm.
so before you knew it, he started going into making these things, and it went from leg bands to wing bands to he actually even came up with chicken glasses to prevent cannibalism, where the chickens actually peck at each other. And a lot of people have heard of the chicken sunglasses.
Yeah,
They've been on the news and um, all kinds of different shows over the years, but those have since come and gone. But it just kept growing. Since we started off in the agriculture industry, it just went from chickens to pigs to cattle to we even do, like, now you can do for plant tags and for arboretums, and you can identify trees, and just all kinds of different applications for our products that just because it's made to do one thing doesn't mean it can't be used for a dozen more.
for sure. That that's a pretty interesting origin story that that would be cool to do something more than just a spotlight on how you all got started. And you did say, uh, I guess earlier, you're fourth generation and you have fifth generation in the company now, working and developing products and uh, you know doing what your entire family, I guess, sounds like has been doing over the last quite a few generations.
You had a lot of us here. Yeah, at one point we had 12 of us, family members, and those are owner operators. So everybody kind of has their own discipline and takes care of a certain part of the business. And we have a great deal of employees that we rely on. And there's a lot of knowledge transfer from one person to another. When we lose an operator who's been here for 40 or 50 years, it's that's losing a lot. So we try to capture that as much as we can. And now we're exploring the concept of using AI to train bots to help us train new operators and new service techs and so forth, and all the different disciplines that we have here to maintain this company. I mean, this is 100 and what is it, 123 years. So try to keep this thing going for another 123 years.
For sure. I don't want to take up a whole lot more of your time here. Is there anything that you all are developing that you're looking forward to pushing out in the future?
Well, that's a good question. It's not necessarily new products that we're developing so much as it is integrating new technology, robotics, and AI to keep our costs down and to continue to be able to compete internationally and to provide a very very cost effective solution for our customers. One of our slogans back in the 20s and 30s was "Factory to Use" since 1902, and we don't have a whole lot of we don't have a sales force or anything like that. It's pretty much been a catalog driven company from the beginning, and there's just so many different things we have in here, but it's hard to be an expert in all of them. So we try to gather as much information as we can from each industry and each specific application and share that to try to get other people involved with it. So the breadth of product line allows us to really explore new applications for the existing products that we have. So that's one of the other challenges is continue to grow.
Yeah, for sure. It started with chickens, and I'm looking on the website here, and now we're doing sea turtle tags, which is very important. Uh, for the sea turtles, tags here are very versatile. I see some have faith in making custom tags through you all. That's pretty cool as well. We, like I said, we have a bunch of animals at home. We have 2 dogs and 4 cats. So these it's pretty pertinent for me
Right.
to to make sure we, yeah, keep up with our animals in that way.
So
Um,
one last thing is the all the migratory birds that are leg band tagged. They put on their leg. They capture them using the mist nets and so forth. We make 86 different sizes of leg bands for migratory birds that are used all over the world to track the migratory routes of the birds. And then there's also the ducks, the pheasants, the geese, and any kind of game animals that are hunted. If you shoot a banded bird, you can actually turn that information into the government, and they put that into a national database, and you can actually have duplicate bands made if you get the bird stuffed or anything like that mounted. And so that's a really interesting product line that cuts across all the different bird groups.
you think it's kind of pretty simple, just tagging things, but uh, I'm sure it has to be huge. It's almost like an inventory management or something kind of system.
A lot
That
to it.
Yeah, sounds like it. Well, Kevin, I won't take up any more of your time here. Again, thank you for coming on Built in the Bluegrass and doing this spotlight. Again, this is they made it into the final 16 of the coolest thing made in Kentucky tournament. Make for sure you guys either go over to nationalband.com to look at all of their product offerings. Get your very minimum, get your dog and cat a tag. You can customize them, looks like. And if utilize the Paw Finder, it sounds like it's a really cool system. Kevin, I appreciate your time. Factory to use since 1902. That is a really good slogan, and you guys have one of the coolest origin stories I think I've heard in a long time.
Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Take care.
You too. Thanks.
Mhm.
Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Built in the Bluegrass. We hope you're leaving this episode with a better understanding of the cool stuff made in Kentucky. If you haven't done so already, make sure you're subscribed to the show. This way you'll get notified as new episodes become available. Until next time.